Rachel Reeves has found herself at the centre of a storm, with critics labelling her the Labour Grinch after her autumn budget set off an unexpected and bitter controversy. Across the UK, businesses are cancelling their Christmas parties, and fingers are pointing squarely at Reeves's decision to increase national insurance contributions. This tax hike, dubbed a tax on jobs, is hitting companies hard during what should be a season of joy, forcing them to tighten their belts and leaving workers without the holiday cheer they've come to expect. But the backlash isn't just confined to cancelled parties. The controversy has ballooned into a full-blown scandal, with business leaders, workers and political opponents accusing Reeves of driving a wedge between Labour and the very people they claim to represent. To make matters worse, Reeves recently responded to the latest GDP figures, revealing a shrinking economy, in a move that some say shows just how out of touch she is. Let's take a look at this pivotal moment.
The numbers on GDP are disappointing, but it's not possible to turn around more than a decade of poor economic growth and stagnant living standards in just a few months. But you'll see from the plans we've been announcing, whether that is the energy reforms we've published today, the reforms to build 1.5 million homes that we published yesterday, the pensions reforms, the creation of a national wealth fund, this government are getting on with the job in improving economic growth and driving up living standards.
The controversy began in earnest after Reeves announced her autumn budget, which included a hike in employer national insurance contributions from 13.8% to 15%, set to take effect in April 2025. She also slashed the threshold for contributions from £9,100 to £5,000, making the tax burden even heavier for smaller businesses. These changes, which Reeves described as a necessary step to fund public services and balance the books, have sparked outrage across the business community. Shadow Business Secretary Andrew Griffith wasted no time attacking the policy, branding Reeves the Labour Grinch who stole Christmas. In a fiery statement, Griffith declared, "Workers across the country are paying the price for Labour's reckless tax hikes. Christmas parties are being cancelled, and businesses are struggling to stay afloat. Rachel Reeves is draining the holiday spirit from workplaces nationwide." His words struck a chord with employers and employees alike. A recent CV Library survey revealed that nearly half of UK businesses will not host a Christmas party this year, citing tighter budgets and the increased financial pressure caused by Reeves's policies. Even among those still holding events, 1 in 4 companies are asking workers to cover the cost themselves, a stark departure from the tradition of employer-funded celebrations. Lee Biggins, CEO of CV Library, called the situation unprecedented, saying, "The need for in-person celebrations has never been greater. After years of remote work and isolation during the pandemic, companies should be bringing their teams together. But Rachel Reeves's policies are forcing businesses to cut back on even the simplest gestures of appreciation." The backlash has spilled over onto social media, where the hashtags Labour Grinch and Christmas cancelled are gaining traction. One user summed up the public mood with a scathing tweet. "First it was lockdowns, now it's Reeves's tax raid. Can't we have one normal Christmas?" Others took aim at Labour's broader economic strategy, questioning whether the party truly understands the needs of working people. One viral post read, "If Rachel Reeves can't even save Christmas, how does she expect to fix the economy?" But the controversy doesn't stop at cancelled parties. Retail giant Currys is among the businesses warning of the long-term consequences of Reeves's policies. The company revealed it faces £32 million in additional costs due to the autumn budget, with CEO Alex Baldock issuing a stark warning. "These tax increases will depress investment, boost automation, and make price hikes inevitable." Rachel Reeves isn't just taxing jobs, she's taxing the future of British business. Baldock explained that £21 million of the additional costs stem from higher national insurance contributions and increases to the minimum wage, while a further £9 million comes from partner businesses passing on their own rising expenses. He also highlighted the growing strain on retailers, many of whom are already battling inflation and supply chain disruptions. Despite these challenges, Currys has managed to report a slight increase in revenue for the first half of the financial year, driven by strong demand for AI-related products. However, Baldock made it clear that the government's policies are creating new and unwelcome headwinds that could stifle growth in the months ahead. Meanwhile, Reeves has defended her decisions, arguing that the tax increases are crucial for funding public services and ensuring long-term economic stability. In her speech to the House of Commons, she acknowledged the difficulty of the measures, but insisted they were necessary to address the UK's fiscal challenges. These are not easy decisions, but they are the right ones. We must invest in our public services and create a fairer tax system, even if it means making tough choices. Labour's autumn budget has become a lightning rod for criticism, with the timing, just before Christmas, intensifying public frustration. The national insurance hike, coupled with other fiscal measures, has sparked outrage among businesses and workers alike. With the latest GDP figures showing a shrinking economy, many are questioning whether Labour's strategy is sustainable or simply out of touch with the needs of ordinary people. Dissent is emerging even within Labour's own ranks. A senior MP, speaking anonymously, called the policy an unforced error that could alienate voters and damage the party's reputation. This internal criticism has added fuel to the fire as opposition figures seize the opportunity to attack. Nigel Farage, speaking on GB News, delivered a scathing critique. This isn't just about Christmas, it's about trust. If Labour can't support businesses during the good times, how can they lead in tougher times? The fallout is being felt across the UK. Businesses, already grappling with rising costs, are scaling back holiday celebrations. In Manchester, a marketing firm replaced its traditional office party with a modest team lunch, while a tech startup in London opted for a virtual celebration to save costs. For many workers, these alternatives fail to capture the festive spirit, leaving them disheartened during what should be a season of joy. The controversy has reignited debates over Labour's economic policies. Calls for a U-turn on the national insurance hike are growing louder, with some MPs arguing that the damage to businesses and the party's reputation outweighs any fiscal benefits. Others insist that sticking to these policies is vital for maintaining credibility on fiscal responsibility, even as public frustration mounts. The Labour Grinch label has taken on a life of its own, dominating headlines and social media. Memes and commentary highlight the perception that Labour is out of touch with the struggles of ordinary workers and businesses. For many, Rachel Reeves's autumn budget symbolises a broader disconnect between the party's leadership and the realities faced by the public. With Christmas fast approaching, Labour faces a critical test. Can Rachel Reeves and the party leadership address the growing backlash and restore trust, or will this controversy haunt them for years to come? The stakes couldn't be higher, as the political fallout threatens to define Labour's future direction. Stay tuned for more updates on this explosive story. Hit subscribe, like and share. We'll keep you informed on every twist and turn as this political drama unfolds. This is just the beginning.